They said slavery ended. But what if it just evolved? They told us chains were broken, that the world had moved on. But the chains didn't disappear. They just changed form. Not made of iron anymore, but time cards. Not in plantations, but in boardrooms. Not enforced by whips, but by deadlines and debt. This is not freedom. This is a high-functioning cage. You wake up tired, work to afford the things you're too tired to enjoy. You scroll to escape, while being fed more distractions. You're told to chase success, but never question the rules of the game. All of it, designed to keep you compliant, predictable, drained. They rebranded slavery, gave it a suit and a screen, made it look like choice. But deep down, you've always felt it. That nagging sense that something is off. You're not crazy, you're not broken, you're waking up. An awakening begins when you stop playing roles you never chose. Modern slavery isn't just about labor, it's about energy, attention, consent. In a world where everyone thinks they're free, there's a silent epidemic of compliance. We're all terminally acquiescent. Acquiescence is the new addiction. It's the secret vice we all indulge in. It's easier to be a slave to pleasure than to be a servant of pain. There are no shackles on our wrists, but there are invisible ties around our minds. The modern slave narrative is one of quiet desperation. We live in gilded cages of our own making, where comfort and convenience have become the bars. The irony is that we mistake this gilded cage for freedom. The illusion is so potent that we're more afraid of the outside world than of our confinement. We convince ourselves that the only life worse than institutionalized servitude is the uncertain chaos of the outside. So we stay, even though every instinct in our being screams to break free. Why do we do this to ourselves? Why do we choose the shackles of security over the challenges of freedom? Because freedom is hard. It requires courage, resilience, self-awareness, and critical thinking. Compliance, on the other hand, is a comfortable, albeit deceptive embrace. It allows us to relinquish control to authority figures, absolving us of the burden of making decisions. How much longer will you endure this charade? How long will you tolerate being a willing participant in your own subjugation? When will you draw the line and reclaim your birthright? When will you realize that the chains of acquiescence are as potent and as cruel as any physical restraint? We've traded the shackles of the past for the invisible bonds of today. The chains may have transformed, but our subjugation remains. We've internalized a fear of the unknown, which keeps us trapped in this cycle of complacency. But here's the paradox. True freedom lies not in the absence of chains, but in the strength of our spirit to break them. We all have dreams, aspirations, and desires that make our souls sing. Yet many of us abandon these dreams out of fear. Fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of the path less traveled. But what is life without these risks? A life of quiet desperation, a life half-lived, a life of regret. It's time to shatter this illusion, to recognize that the greatest chains are the ones we forge ourselves. The chains of conformity, of fear of being different, of not rocking the boat. We must learn to identify and dismantle these chains, to reclaim our individuality, our uniqueness, our very humanity. This journey of awakening is not an easy one. It demands introspection, self-awareness, and a willingness to confront our deepest fears. It requires us to face the demons within and the doubters without. But is it worth it? Oh, my friend, it is 1,000 times yes. For what is life without freedom, without authenticity, without the courage to pursue our dreams? Are you ready to take the first step towards freedom? Are you ready to break the chains that bind you and unleash the power within? The time is now. Don't wait for tomorrow, for that tomorrow may never come. Start today. Start with a small step, a small act of defiance against the chains that hold you captive.